Good morning. My name is Morgan and this is Studio M, and today I want to challenge myself. So we are going to do a 24-hour knitting challenge. I've seen a lot of these on YouTube and I've been really enjoying watching them, so I'm gonna make one myself. And it's perfect timing because I just realized I made a huge mistake on a project I've been working on for, I would say probably 30 hours at this point. So this is the Lulu Slip by Petite Knits. I've been working on it for a long time. It's been in probably 4 of my last 5 videos. I am very excited to finish it, but I made a realization last night while I was working on it. This front piece, you can see, is wider than the back panel. And I was sitting there wondering why. I don't understand. I'm following the pattern exactly how I am supposed to be following it. And then I realized a lot of this pattern is done to measure. So when I pull out my handy dandy measuring tape, this top section, like this up here, is supposed to be 9 3/4 inches for, I think I'm making the large or extra large size. I think it's large. So 9 3/4 inches. And what I did is I measured 9 3/4 inches from here before I started doing the increases. I did not realize, because this up here was done separately in the pattern, it's a shoulder section, I was supposed to measure from where I cast on the shoulders, not where I started the neckline for the front piece. So 9 3/4 would actually be here is when I should have been doing increases. So I didn't start doing increases until, where is it? Right here. So that's about a 3-inch difference, which means that this front piece is going to be 3 inches longer than the back piece if I keep doing it the way I'm doing it and keep running the course, which I'm not a perfectionist. I have a whole video on perfectionism versus good enoughist. I like to consider myself a good enoughist, but this is a little bit past that. So I'm going to set myself a 24-hour timer. I am going to frog a good portion of this until this section up here gets to 9 3/4, and then I'm gonna redo all of this. So my goal in the 24 hours is to be able to redo the section that I'm going to frog today. I likely will not be doing this all in one day of 24 hours. It'll be 24 hours split up between maybe today, tomorrow, the day after, just because I do work. So I have to go do that at some point and I won't be able to give a full 24 hours to this. So that is what I'm gonna do. This is like a knitter's worst nightmare, seeing all of the loops out. I don't mind frogging when I'm crocheting, but frogging when I'm knitting is like a cardinal sin. I do want to preface and say that this is not the pattern's fault. I misread it. It did say to measure from the cast on shoulder, and I guess I chose not to be literate and I did not read that. I think people get nervous that Petite knits patterns, since she has so many of them and they're so popular, that they might be more advanced level. And I will say there are some advanced techniques like the Italian bind off, which is done on the end of the ribbing, casting on the shoulders, all of that kind of stuff. Yes, do I think it is more than beginner? Yeah. But do I think it's really easy to follow and there are tons of videos online to learn? Also, yeah. Okay, we are frogged, which is really sad, but it's going to be for the best. I'm going to say that the last probably 35 rows, the last 35 rows were practice. I was just making sure that I fully understood what I needed to do to make sure that it turned out the way it's supposed to. But now we are at 9 3/4. So the next step is I need to start the increases, which I have to look at my pattern, which is on my phone. This is my biggest problem with filming, is that I film on my phone. I am not gonna buy some crazy camera, not right now. I cannot justify the cost of that. So the iPhone works just fine and I'm gonna use that. But the problem with that is that my timer is on my phone as well as the pattern I'm using. Maybe I could print that out. I should print that out. I'm gonna do that. Hold on one second. All right, I printed it. That way I don't have to look at my phone. The other thing that's the problem though is that I don't have a timer. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna look at the time right now, and it is 7:15 in the morning, okay? So I am going to probably work for, let's say, an hour, because then I'm gonna have to start working. So that's the plan. Okay, it is now like 8 o'clock-ish. I just put a hair mask in. So I stopped a little bit early. I think I only got like 10 rows done, but I am going to let my hair mask sit for like 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna go take a shower, and then I'm gonna get started on work. I'll probably do another like 30 minutes at some point in the day to spend some time on it, but I am gonna go do that now. It is nice out today. Like it's gotta be 75 already. It's so warm and I am so ready for the spring and summer to come. Look at the Bobo, just basking in the sun. He's such a good boy. How Bobo? Yeah. Here, I wanted to fill you in. It is 12:45. So I did a little bit more work during my lunch. So I got just a tad bit more done. The first step of the increasing is done. I have another few rows of increasing to meet this right here, and then it'll just be straight down into ribbing. Did not take anywhere near as long as I thought. So it's basically, I've been working for like 2 hours on it. So 2 out of the 24, and I'm halfway through what I had to frog. So I think my goal is to get back to where I was in under 5 hours, and then see how far I can get in the next 5 hours and make this a 10-hour challenge. That way it's not crazy long, because I feel like in 24 hours, I'm gonna finish it. I might even finish it before 24 hours. So I think that's the goal. I'm going to see what I can get done in the next 3 hours. We'll see if I can get back to where I was last night on it. And then over the next day or so, I'm going to put another 5 hours into it and try to see how far I can get. So yeah, I will pick this back up when I have more to show you. So I have been knitting for probably about another hour. It's, I don't know, probably 7:30, 8 o'clock. I got home from work. I'm on the second set of increases. So you can see I've gotten a lot done today in 3-4 hours. So I'm on the second set of increases for the front, and I have done 14 rows of 26 for the increases. So I am almost there. I'll probably be done in the next half hour, 45 minutes with the next 12 rows. So I am gonna be ambitious and say that I might get the entire front of this done with ribbing tonight. That's ambitious. I'm gonna do my best, but I am probably gonna go for another 2 hours. I probably will get about 2 hours more done. So that would bring me to the 5 hours for today. And then I don't think I'm going to get a lot done tomorrow. In full honesty, I have a pretty hefty day with work and I'm not going to be home for a lot of it. I'm going to be out in the field traveling. So I will probably do another few hours tomorrow night and we'll see how far we get with that. But I'm going to go and do this and I will catch back up with you tomorrow. It's day 2 of the 10-hour knit Lulu Slipover challenge. I just got to my field location for work, but I'm about 20 minutes early. So I'm probably going to, I brought my knit with me. So I'm probably going to just do like a few rows, probably get like 2 to 4 done before I have to go in. The problem is this is like a very public location. So I always get like nervous that people are gonna see me just knitting in my car and be like, who is this weird lady who's knitting in her car? But then I remember that I really don't care. I'm tired this morning. It's because I stayed up way too late last night doing this. But I'm so close to getting to like the like finishing kind of touches. Like once I get these rows done, these 12 rows that I have to do, then it's just the ribbing on the bottom and then the ribbing around the arms, sewing on the buttons, and the collar, like the neck. So yes, will that probably take me forever? Probably. So know that it's going to feel different because it's not just stock knit for 1,000 years, which is what I've been doing this whole time. So I just got off of work for the day. It is around 3:30ish. I started at like 5:45 this morning, so long day. But I got some work done in the car before I had to go into my first place. I took about 30 minutes for lunch in between all of that to work on it a little bit, and I am so close. So I was ambitious yesterday. I did not get through the... What? Oh, it's the mailman. The mailman's okay. Yeah, he's done nothing to you. I did not get through to the ribbing. So I'm like a half an inch away from being done with the straight stockinette. Is it stockinette or stockinette? It reads stockinette, but everybody says stockinette, so that's what I'm gonna call it. I probably have about 5 more rows before I get to the ribbing, but I will have this front piece done today. So I have about an hour and a half until I have to leave for, before I have to leave for Pilates. So I do that every Wednesday night at 5:30. So I leave around 5. And I'm going to see what I can do until then. So with the like 15 minutes this morning, 30 minutes at lunch, that comes to like 45 minutes, plus the 5 hours I did yesterday, plus another 2 hours, so 6, 7, almost 8 hours before I get to Pilates today. And then I probably will be able to get another 2 hours done after Pilates. My goal is to lock in. I'm gonna get as much of this done tonight as I can. I really just wanna get this done. I'm kind of over it. I'm so excited to wear it, but I think just the straight stockinette is really boring me and there's no variation really in the color. But once I get this done, I can start working on some summer pieces because I have one item that I am working on that I have a video coming out for probably in April. But yeah, I'm gonna do a bunch tonight. I'm gonna get this over with, and then I can actually start on the summer pieces that I really, really want to work on. But I'm going to watch some YouTube, and I will catch up after Pilates.
Everything from accessories and textiles to souvenirs, and in the midst of all the hype is our first destination in India, because they saw a wide array. It was coming from Delhi, where it was kind of cool.
Okay, confession time. It has been an entire week since I started this video, and I've definitely worked on it for probably almost 20 hours. This thing, the farther you get into it, the harder it gets, especially for a beginner. I have the front panels completely done, and I started working on these like button brackets that go on the side. This thing, I will say the instructions are not very clear if you're a beginner. I had to look up some videos, try to find some videos, and through a lot of trial and error and many times frogging this section, I kind of figured it out, but you can kind of see I didn't know what I was doing, and then I started figuring it out, and I had frogged it so many times at that point that I was like, I'm not doing this again. So basically what I got done is I did the whole front panel in this. I did the ribbing on the arms, which I think that turned out pretty nice. And then I did one of the button brackets on the back panel, and I have started the button bracket on the other side. But also, nobody told me I was gonna need 3 needles to be able to do the button brackets. So I'm definitely not using the right size, and doing it on the other side, it says do it the same exact way. You can't do it the same exact way, or else the knit is going to be going in the wrong direction, which is very frustrating. So I'm doing it the same direction, but I'm doing it where you attach it from the purl, because this one you attach from the knit with a knit 2 together. This one I'm attaching from the purl. And I know that that's probably wrong, but if I was doing it the way I was doing it before, the knit was literally going in a different direction than the knit on the front. So I didn't like that. It would have been going in a different direction than this button bracket. So the way I'm looking at it is this is the back panel. So that's none of my business. This is probably one of the hardest things I've ever made. It's taking me the longest, but I would love to be able to finish this for this video. But as I've already spent a week on it, I am probably gonna end this right here and say thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was fun and entertaining for you, or if not fun and entertaining, nice and relaxing to watch. Thank you for spending time with me. Thank you for chatting with me. This is Studio M, and I hope to continue to put out videos of us hanging out together because I've been really enjoying it. So if you are working on anything right now, feel free to throw it in the comments. I love reading about what patterns you're working on, learning about new patterns that I didn't know about. I'd be really interested to know. So thank you so much, and we will chat later.